What's up? It's DeeCee. This is a craft stream. We are going to be listening to one of the people who went on the Colombia trip with Jessie Lee Ward while we're crafting, and because I'm still looking at things for this, but I want to craft, so I am not putting this out because I know this is a weird concept, but I craft and I game on my channel. So I'm going to go ahead and run the intro. I don't have a fancy like trailer thing on craft streams. We basically like go right into crafting. So let me just play my disclaimer. And we'll get started. What's up? Okay. So we're going to be watching Courtney's live that she did the day after. Good morning, Beth. Hello, Blaze Goddess. How's everyone doing? We're crafting. So let me just get... I don't want to trick anybody. We're going to be making a scarf with pom-poms. Like this. It's cute on. But we're going to be making it with a different, then we should be able to do the whole thing on this stream. So, there's the, let me take that off.
Hello, my beautiful people.
No, what the hell's going on? Dadgummit, this is so frustrating. What the hell? It's in the background here. I can see it. Close that out. I can see it in the background. There she is. So I want to be able to... Can I press play here? Oh, hell. Oh, stop. Quit. I know. This is a shit show. I know it is. Quit, control, Q. Okay. Let me try a different way. Because... Hello, good morning, Lynn. Hello, Coco B. Had a crappy night, so I'm all for the stream. I am glad you're here, Beth. Yes, definitely craft. So let me just try to get this in, because what I'm trying to do is not have technical difficulties. But here we are, having technical difficulties. I'm just going to put the 𝐔𝐄 countdown. Oh, it's not even the correct 𝐔𝐄 countdown. 13 minutes. Why 13 minutes? I think that's the average for cursing safety. There we go. We'll put it in the corner. How am I supposed to do this? Hello, hello. All right, let's see. Can I do a file? No, that's a group. Nope. Okay. I could do a display. We'll just do that. We'll just do that. Sorry. Oh, this is awful. Okay. I'm going to put the camera back. I'm making a scarf on my Addy knitting machine. And I should be able to make it in the whole time it takes to do this video. not sure why I'm having difficulty. I think I'm just tired. I haven't really slept this week. Okay. Oh, I guess I need to get that out. Okay, great. So I need to put me back on there. There we go. And we gotta get Courtney on the screen. So we're gonna do a display share. There she is. And then we're gonna go to QuickTime and aspect ratio tall. And there we go. This is Courtney. She claims to be Jessie Lee's best friend, and Jessie Lee claims to be her best friend. And her kids are the god kids of Jessie Lee. And do y'all want it that big? I'm guessing so. I'll just be crafting over here. Sorry. If you... Oh my god. I'm like, oh my gosh. We hit 1K and we still have technical difficulties. What the hell's going on? I wish I could say it didn't happen, but it does. Is it this? That's the video. So we want to put that. I'm just trying to get set up. I was not going to stream. And then I wanted to do a craft stream, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. Look, you unwieldy beast. 9:30 p.m.-ish here. Cool, 𝐔𝐄𝐄 I've seen some totally insane tie-dye lately. Amazing crafters. Crafters are incredible. Oh, you clean, Lynn? That's incredible. My workstation's awful. And you're probably going to see, Daisy B, what's up? Hello, hello. All right. All right. The countdown is for the cursing. You're safe if you don't like cursing, you're safe for another 9 minutes and 22 seconds, but I can't make any promises for whatever Courtney's going to say on camera. And apparently I cannot focus, so I need to move her in the center. There we go, that's good. Lock. All right. I can hear oh, I'm only on 720? God dang it. Okay, whatever. It's fine. I hope it's clear enough for y'all. I didn't check. I was streaming to Instagram earlier, and I didn't freaking check. I have no way to change it now. God dang it. Okay. Okay. I'm not trying to make y'all sick. I know too much to be good at anything, and so it makes it messed up. SoCal in the house. What's up? Southern Oregon. Oh. These people have way too much energy for me. For sure. Let me see if it'll... No, what the hell are we doing? Quit. Oh my god, my button's messed up. God dang it.
Hello, my beautiful people. It is Courtney Alexandra Shepherd. You can also call me #CourtneyShorty. And I am live in Cartagena, Colombia.
What?
And it has been such...
Why is she not moving?
Or scaling your businesses as busy parents through our unique trademark systems, only to our culture and our team. And so you're gonna watch my brain wake up a little bit more, but I just got done with a massage. Other people are getting a massage, so you're getting a whole different kind of Courtney today. You're getting Courtney. You're not necessarily getting Courtney Shorty. Here's my dress. Here's what I'm wearing right now. And we did I'm going to talk to you guys about what the experience that I had yesterday, or that we had, but truly my experience, right? Because I can only speak for myself. What's going on? Hey guys, from Houston. Hello, Ellie. Emily. Oh, I read it L. Oh, Lincoln is asking to FaceTime mom. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna have to get off here and FaceTime him here in like probably 10 minutes. So I'm gonna do this fast. You like my dress? Thank you.
Plot twist, it was not fast. This is an hour-long live. This video, the reason I downloaded it is because it's 1 hour and 2 minutes and 43 seconds. It's 6:30 a.m. here. I'm trying to get ready for work. It's a hoodie and sweats kind of day. That's awesome. All right. I do not know. Is this still not going to work? There we go. There we go.
Oh man, so we didn't come home last night, and this is a leadership retreat, a high-level leadership retreat. So we knew coming into this that we were told, like, you guys need to prepare, you need to be working out, you need to be moving your body every single day. And I knew that this was going to be an adventure. I knew that we weren't going to have any idea. We were already told, like, you won't know what we're doing and when we're doing it intentionally. Look at me all sun-kissed. I appreciate you. I tried to pick a filter that didn't really change too much. It just kind of brightened it up. But I appreciate you, Shalana. Thank you. And every single moment has been so intentional, and I knew that it would be. And if you guys ever experienced something where you had to be spontaneous, because that's kind of my jam. So if you guys are spontaneous, drop a yes in the comments below. If you guys like surprises, you can drop a yes in the comments below. If you like, you know, sometimes the thrill of an experience of it just being unknown, you can drop me in the comments below. I wish I could see this. Okay, just making sure that it's all the way. I'm the opposite of that. I had a feeling, Lindsay. It's interesting that you know, I'm just really proud of my ability to speak other languages nowadays, because I used to continuously attract myself over and over and over again, and scaling. Well, I guess not necessarily. There have been periods of time when I was only speaking one language. I was only speaking this like heartfelt.
What is she talking about? Actually speaking? Can I drop a no in her comments? You know, I don't think she's talking about actually speaking other languages. I think she's talking about attraction language. I went to London too, but my boyfriend at the time hates London. We could find a bar in Piccadilly. She sounds very, I mean, I don't think they've slept yet, because she just said she got out of a massage, so they slept at night. She looks tired, for sure. Hey, Christina, I'm sorry you're sick. Hope you feel better soon.
Fun language, and there's so much more to what we offer. And so it's interesting that I like, absolutely not. I have to have control. I need to know what's going on. What's up, Stacy? Hello, Michelle. See, that is Shalana. Shalana likes the fun. Well, not necessarily the fun. She likes the spontaneity. And so I was so excited for this, because I know that when I am put into situations where I don't know, and you guys need to do that to yourself more often, because you really need.
We need to do that to ourselves more often. It's different. And maybe Jessie Lee exaggerated the entire time she was on this deal, on when she was telling the story. We know she's deleted the live, so maybe she exaggerated it. Maybe Courtney believes everything. I don't know.
To learn to adapt. You need to learn how to be challenged with your emotional intelligence, because like I know for a fact Lindsay, I didn't even get to hear the full story because I didn't get to see it, but I know that she just went on a trip to Arizona, then went to Vegas. I think it was intentional to go to Vegas, but the day wasn't necessarily fully planned. They just kind of figured it out the night before. I think we're going to do this, this, and this, and a wrench got thrown in her day. I think there were like some things shut down. I'm not really sure exactly what had happened. And Vegas takes a lot to get places. If you've never gone there and you have this expectation that you're going to drive a car everywhere, oh man, are you wrong. You have this expectation that you're going to get around places.
I'm sorry to break it to if you've never been to Vegas before, but you literally can walk everywhere if you're on the strip. You can call a cab, you can call an Uber, and if you're willing to drive places a little slower, you can, say it with me, take a car somewhere. So I don't know what she's talking about.
In 20 minutes, you are so wrong. You have expectations that you're going to be able to just walk everywhere. You better have some really good shoes on, because you just don't have any idea. You don't know what you don't know. And that was my most exciting part, was that I don't know what I don't know. And I was excited to experience new things, to experience a new culture, to see the world from a different perspective. I'm always wanting to expand my vision, expand my mind, expand my experiences. And as we prepped for a morning, we worked out on the rooftop right here. And, we ate some breakfast, we mixed up our ketones, and we already knew that today, because they tell us the night before, make sure you have this ready. At this time, we're doing this. At this time, we're going to, and then as needed, right? So when they know that we were leaving for the entire day, they were like, okay, we're going to be leaving for the day by 11 o'clock, which our ride was late for that. So then we had to wait around for a little bit.
Oh boy.
And
you had to wait because your ride was late? What? Oh my God. I don't think I'm going to be in a bad mood for this. It's weird when, like, the whole situation has turned weird because everyone who's on the trip is so, strongly denying everything. And then, to not feel as crazy, Jessie Lee has deleted shit. Oh yeah, our timer's over. Hello, Harper. You didn't miss anything, really. I've just started the craft. Courtney said that her other personality is not, or her other persona is not here. It's just Courtney. It's not Courtney Shortney, which I'm guessing is the same thing for Jessie Lee and Boss Lee. I still have a hard time wrapping my head around that. I'm sorry. I'm just confused. This is when they got back. She has just come out of her massage. Oh, I forgot to turn on subscribers only. I hope there's a mod in the chat. I'm going to press play in a second. It's very odd hearing something and hearing parts of that awful thing confirmed in multiple spots and from multiple lives, seeing the original story line up with people's stories, and then the backlash from speaking out about it and people saying, no, everyone's twisting everything. But Jessie Lee did delete a live, and she blocked Dr. Stephen Hassan, who didn't say terrible things about her, but they weren't great. And it was only 44 seconds worth of generic cult behaviors predictable type of stuff. So, I don't know. So I'm having a hard time processing. So that's why we're crafting.
Mastermind. We had another mastermind before that, and every single intentional step. I don't know if you guys have ever done an event where you immerse yourself, where you have to be fully present, where you're not on your phone the whole time. I highly doubt majority of you have done that. Like you have no idea the growth that you provide to yourself and the.
So she highly doubts that people aren't fully connected at certain events. I mean, what data set are you pulling from? I mean, I don't know. Or at least I try when I'm hanging around with people, I don't like being on my phone. I don't like being on my phone when I live stream. Let me grab one of my weights real quick. So I think it's bold to make these claims that people don't do this. Just because you don't do something doesn't mean that that's the case for everyone. Yeah, I guess she didn't like it. Yep.
Different experience that you gift to yourself by just shutting your phone off and being fully present and not worrying about what's happening at home and not worrying about the text messages you're going through and having the support that allows you to do that, to not have to worry about what's happening at home. To an extent, right, you prep them as well. I'm going into this. I will be checking in at lunchtime. I don't know what time lunchtime is going to be. I'll be checking in before bedtime, but I have no idea what time I'm going to bed. You know, there are ways that you can communicate this and really set yourself up for success, to fully immerse yourself into an experience. Tony Robbins events are like this.
Tony Robbins events are large group programming events. So no, I don't want to go to a Tony Robbins event at all. I love hanging out with friends without cell phones, or when I work on my art, no phone. A movie, no phone. Yep. When I'm crafting, no phone.
I don't know any company event that does it like our company at all, but our company events are just next level, the way that we fully immerse ourselves in it. I have ADHD, so just self-diagnosed, by the way, but I.
Can you? Thank you, Carrie. Thank you. Hello. I do craft streams on my channel because I like crafting. I also do game stuff, so we're looking. This video is from Courtney, Jessie Lee's best friend. This video happened right after she got her full body massage when they came back from the deal, and this is not the Courtney we have seen before. Sorry, I need to move this differently. Sorry. I hate showing my body on camera.
For a fact, have it self-diagnosed. I have to sit up front. And
can you self-diagnose for ADHD? I only use my phone for audiobooks when crafting. Yep. I love listening to books. I like hanging out with y'all on stream. I can I can focus on something for an extended period of time if I'm doing the same thing over and over again, which is why practice for my sport was easy, doing the same thing over and over again. So
every event, or I cannot fully immerse myself. I know Shalana's the same because I asked her if I could sit next to her to watch Jessie.
I am also not trying to be an asshole. Can you self-diagnose yourself for ADHD, or do you have to get a diagnosis from a licensed clinician? I'm a hypochondriac. If you aren't diagnosed, don't say you have it. Yep. Wouldn't you need to be diagnosed, and why wouldn't you go to a psychologist or someone to get diagnosed? I don't know.
and she was in the front row. When my background looks like a picture, thank you, Shelly. Oh, I miss you. And so that's how I love to travel. A few things I want to do, but not stick to a serious schedule. Like, how many of you guys can do that? What's the package first? Uh-oh. Did it get shipped back? Okay. I just had a... Oh my gosh, I just had this moment where I thought somebody that I have blocked out of my life was on my live. Wow. Okay. Whew. But... okay, anyway, it was like a whole moment there. I literally just saw them on the block list and I was like, So I have to fully immerse myself into events. And that's what we did this weekend, or this week. I can't even think where we're at. And so on Monday, it was really, I shared it with you guys. It was just like, okay, what are your intentions for this week? You know, like, what are you planning to get out of it?
Okay, I mean, that's really good to know, Beth, for sure. I just didn't know. Yeah, and again, I don't want to, because someone who I critique their behavior, like if they're in a multi-level marketing company and they're acting in a way that I think is unethical, and then they bring something up that I don't know about, I don't want to say, oh my gosh, can you do that? And I know I sounded like that. I genuinely didn't know.
How are you going to prepare yourself for the situations? Yesterday it was like, who do you want to be? What do you want to be known for? Wait, what was Tuesday? Tuesday was trusting. Like, trusting the process, understanding that sometimes we miss these little steps along the way. And there's so much to become aware of. Awareness, and just being able to visualize what's happening around you and being more in tune with your surroundings and being more present. And then yesterday morning before we left, it was like, what do you want to be known for? Like, who do you see yourself showing up as, where when you are at the time of, you know, when you're 150 years old, after all these stem cell researches that are happening, whenever you are on your deathbed or people know that you're passing, what will they say about you? What stories are they going to share?
Let me just really quickly say, I'm not sure what she's going to be sharing, but she seems to be tiptoeing around things that maybe need a content warning. I'm just going to guess misinformation, pseudoscience, potential like manipulation. So I'm just telling you now, if you don't want to listen to this or watch this, your mental health is more important than watching this. And so I just want to warn you. I don't pre-watch a lot of these because normally I can't get through it twice. So I just want to let you know, like, be careful. I'll try to pause it if I think something's coming up and do another warning later on.
About you. What are the sentences that they're going to be expressing about, oh my gosh, she was just such an incredible mother. I loved watching the way that she, oh my god, this is making me emotional. I loved watching the way that she created harmony in running a successful business and also being the best mother I've ever seen. You know, being super present when she was, every time that she was with people, that she had such, you know, like, what are the things that they're going to say about you?
What the heck's going on with this?
What are they going to say about you? And that was how we started our day yesterday. And we had no idea how long we were going to be gone. We had no idea what we were doing. We were told, pack sun protection, whatever that looks like for you. Pack warmer clothes as well. But we know it's been hot here the whole time. Don't carry too much weight, but pack enough water. Have snacks. If you know you need snacks, like, get in tune with your body. Pay attention to your body. Pace yourself at your own body. Listen to yourself, you know? And that was, again, what we were prepping for, to walk for literally, I think they said we walked 12 kilometers the first half. I have no idea how long the distance was, because they kept sharing it, and it was like, oh, we've walked 7.5 miles, and we've walked blah, 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 but I I don't remember when was what, and we had moments where, you know, we were actually, okay, so we drove for 40 minutes and we were crammed into a van, all of us, just like this, like crammed in like sardines. There was 4 in the back and then 3 on each row, but the 3, y'all don't even understand these vans. They had like captain seats here and here, and then the middle seat had to fold down. And you know, honestly, I am the first one, typically as a small person, to get shoved into the small spaces. And I didn't shove my way to the front to get in first. I didn't do any of that. But I got in the order that I got in, and I was able to take one of the captain seats. And, you know, just the awareness of my own thoughts of like, who's going to go to the back? And I was like, if nobody offers first, I will offer second. Like, if nobody says anything, I will offer. Not offer second, but like, I will offer. But it was like one of those things where I was like, you know what?
What? Kira! Hello! I mean, I will say, I've thought about it, and my fear is like, I'm gonna die without any friends. You know what I mean? Or I'm not gonna... Oh, don't cry. Oh my god. I think, like... One of my teachers... Oh, anyways. So her talking about what are people going to say about you? That's something I think about. It's not just as easy as like, oh, you're going to be dead. It doesn't matter. But what she's saying right now, it's like, this is odd. Like, you got to the captain's chair and then you're going to offer to go to the back if you needed to. So it's like some kind of divine intervention or something. What's up? Hello. I'm making a scarf. So this is a color. Well, this isn't quite colors because the green's getting taken out, but they've got these huge pom-poms on the end. So when you wear it, it's like really long. So it's more like one layer, but I don't know. I think it's cute, but I'm using my, my blue and purple yarn. This is like cheap craft yarn. So anyways, I'm just trying it out. I'm probably going to put my drill on it in a second.
I am all the time making sure that I take care of everyone else and making sure that other people don't get uncomfortable. And it was like, okay, there's also still, you know, you're in line and there's a process to it. So,
or Jessie Lee Ward could have rented 2 vans so that everyone wasn't crushed in the van. Or the owner of her own business who set up this trip could have rented 2 vans so people weren't crushed next to each other. Do you know what I'm saying? She's getting this lesson about how she didn't, like, she advocated for herself, but it was in a situation that was odd because the owner of, like, her group, I keep saying owner, Jessie Lee Ward could have rented 2 vans. What?
Anyway, just like awareness things of how you speak to yourself, etc. And we smelled a little bit, but it was the beginning of the day. We took a lot of before photos.
We smelled a little bit? It is 11. What? Okay. All right, Beth.
Which was really fun. And we had no idea how long we were going to be in the car. And Jessie Lee said, I wouldn't be talking, you guys. I would be resting. I was like, okay. So I literally like tied a pant leg around my head so that I could have a blindfold on. And I rested my head in the car, in the van. And we were all packed really, really tight. And we parked on the side of the highway. Like a 2-lane highway where cars were driving really, really fast. They had to be going at least anywhere from 40 to 60, just depended. And we started hiking. Oh, yeah. Well, you could pack tennis shoes or hiking shoes or whatever if you wanted to. And we started hiking. And all of the preparation leading us up to this was like, how are you speaking to yourself? Are you listening to the things that you're saying? Or are you speaking to yourself? You know, what do you want to be known for? Are you going to be known as a finisher?
Are you going to be known as a finisher? This is a little twisty to hear from this perspective. Planning for 3 months on how to trick and distress their own people. Yep. Exactly, Coco. Thank you very much, Kira. I really appreciate the encouragement. And I appreciate, like, you giving a shit about me when I had, like, 50 followers on YouTube and would, like, send me stuff on Young Living, and it didn't matter that I didn't have any reach. And I don't have a ton of reach right now, but I just appreciate you a lot, Kira. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to diagnose or anything, and we don't do that here, but it's interesting. And again, I downloaded this because I'm guessing the more attention that gets hyper focused on this event, more and more of the information is going to get deleted off the internet. So I think it's interesting to watch this because this is right after she got a full body massage. The same full body massage that Jessie Lee Ward said she paid for after she put them through this experience. There's no way in hell I'm letting anyone blindfold me, shove me in a van in a foreign country, then trying to normalize this shit. Yeah.
Sure.
And it's like she's super calm. She's trying to say like how incredible of an experience it was. And it's like, what?
And then we have no idea how long we're hiking. So it's like, you have to know how to pace yourself. And the whole time, knowing...
We have no idea how to pace ourselves, but then Jessie Lee, in her video, was talking about how she was... Like, they were going at a group pace. What do you mean, pace yourself? You have no information! Oh, thank you, Kira. Oh, thank you, sweet God. Thank you. That's so nice of you. This really is making it seem less like Jessie Lee Ward's first live wasn't so far from the truth. Yeah, because a lot of the things that she's saying are similar things that Jessie Lee said. I don't know. It's sure is interesting. Sorry, I'm trying to get a good angle for you.
My excitement going into it. My excitement of an experience of a lifetime. Like, I knew that's what I was going to get. And I was so excited for it. And I knew that I was going to bring my best energy towards it. And I knew that no matter what was thrown...
How can you bring your best energy towards it if you are not sure what is going to happen on the hike? Yeah, that's not culty at all. Being tricked, bullied into doing stuff, not being able to say no, and then pampered after, like, here's a prize for letting me break you. It sure is something to consider. Yeah. Let me just pick my drill up real quick because I'll be able to get a little bit further. All right.
Way, I was going to be able to adapt. I was going to be able to overcome. I was going to be able to face no matter what the challenge was. And I was going to be able to step through it. And I could visualize that for myself. And I kept speaking that to myself. And we shared at different moments. And I kept hearing, like, we were just talking in different things. And, you know, we were all just like a single file line down the highway. And really, this is the same thing in leadership. You know, there's a line of people. And we're all different heights, we're all different ages, we're all different levels of we have different levels of activity, you know, that we're used to, right? Like different levels of, yeah, I'm saying the right thing, like different levels of, are you super active, are you moderately active, or are you not active at all, you know, like we had different ones, and no explanation was given. We're just going to walk and follow But yet, some people...
What leader does that to you, though? In all honesty, what leader does that when they have the information to be able to provide it to their team? This isn't the military. And you cannot equate being able to push through something like this with staying the course in a multi-level marketing company. You're really just tying that relationship closer together if they decide to stay with your company. This is mind-blowing to me.
Didn't listen to their bodies, and they pushed through. They didn't listen to their bodies when it was, hey, you're thirsty. It's okay that you don't know where the next bathroom's going to be. You know, frustrating part of 20 minutes in, we were already stopping for somebody to pee. And I mean...
It was her. She had to go to the bathroom. She's who they stop for. Again, you can say all you want, and I'm getting a little heated because I don't like being gaslit. Jessie Lee Ward's saying that we exaggerated stuff, and a lot of the stuff that she's saying is lining up with what Jessie Lee said in that live that she deleted.
I was like, okay, well, if we're peeing, I'm going to run and pee. And then I heard Jessie Lee say, well, you're going to sweat a lot of it out. And so I...
If you don't know, Amber's husband is a kidney doctor, Amber and I, who I snark with in the snark crew. We do Beachbody mostly. So Amber texted her husband and said, hey, someone said that you can, if you shouldn't actually go to the bathroom if you need to go to the bathroom when you're out in the desert or out in a hot situation because then you're going to get dehydrated faster. And he's like, what? No, that's not how that works. And you can actually, it's not good for your body to do that. If you need to go to the bathroom, you should go to the bathroom. You need to go to her story and read what he said. Yep. You don't sweat out your pee. Come on, people. Yep, she did delete the live. She did delete the live. So, I mean, I've downloaded a lot of stuff. And that's the best thing you can do to download this because they're deleting their shit. Which is, it's interesting to me at least because it tells me that they weren't okay with what they said.
I'm going to retain all of, because your body will absorb it and sweat out the things that you're drinking. It will sweat it out, so you don't have to worry about peeing it out because you're going to sweat it out.
That's such a... No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works.
I was like, oh my gosh, which I didn't hear that until later. And so like these little things that I was learning and adapting and watching, and you know, when you're walking, you don't have to focus on, I don't know how long we're going. I have no idea. I'm in this super hot sun. I'm carrying this backpack with weight on my back. Some people I'm sure were going through their heads like, I am not prepared for this. Having the sun protection on, but then, you know, we're out in the sun the day before, out like on the boats, and you guys saw that. And so then you're feeling like the heat come through, and I was like, oh man, did I have the UV protection? Like, it's a black shirt that I was wearing, but I was like, is this too thin? Am I gonna have the sun come through it?
I don't know if anyone's ever played a sport outside, but generally you don't wear black clothing. I mean, we at least didn't. When we were playing in Texas, we mostly wore light colored clothing as possible. Even if it was long sleeves, because the darker colors, they seemed, at least, and I don't know all of the like science behind this, but we would like wear lighter colors when it was 100, 110 degrees outside. Yep, deleting because corporate wants to keep an earner and minimize the damage. And I'm glad like I'm watching this with y'all because I give people the benefit of the doubt. So when I ask questions and they say, "Oh no, you were just looking at it the wrong way," growing up, I'd be like, "Oh, okay, I must have been looking at it the wrong way. And after 2 stints in 2 MLMs, I was like, what? And then Kira and Harper and Beth and Lynn have really helped me be like, no, you're not looking at it the wrong way. They're not telling you the truth. And so it's just hard. Me living in South Florida wearing black knives. Well, I don't really go out anymore, so I don't know. Dark clothes don't bounce light, so they absorb the heat. Melissa, what's up? I would burn to a fucking crisp. I'm ghostly white. When I go outside, get very tan, but I don't really go outside as much.
And at the same time saying, like, I've got this. I know that I'm strong and I'm confident in finishing this. And I know that I can go at my own pace. And some people pushing themselves too hard or not listening when they needed to take the snack but then what happens is if you do not continue to put just one more foot in front of the other and then you stop, 45 minutes in, we stopped. And then some people sat down. Oh my gosh, I literally just felt my muscles as soon as I sat down. I feel so good standing up. As soon as you sit down.
She's dehydrated. She's sunburned. You can tell she's sunburned from this video. And she's still standing up. There's so much you can say about this. This is confirming a lot of the stuff that Jessie Lee Ward said. And maybe they don't believe that. Good to know you're okay with your alleged best friend lying to you. That was the part that shocked me the most. Oh, cool, Wendy. I have no idea on how to get the piece off the machine. I'll show you. I'm going to get to the point to take it off. Okay, I'll show you when I get to that point. I'm making a scarf right now, so I'll if you want to wait, I can show you how to do it.
You lose the momentum. So many of you are saying, I'm ready to run, I'm ready to go for it, I want to take on the world, I've got this, we've got the most incredible systems, we have the culture.
Yeah, we've downloaded it, and so it's not going to disappear. We've downloaded the live that Jessie Lee deleted, that's up on YouTube still. We've downloaded the response video if she ends up deleting that. We've downloaded this and many more videos, so I know they're deleting their stuff. And this may be deleted. It will never be deleted from my computer.
We have everything that we need. I know how to make the money. I've watched other people do it. I can follow in their footsteps. And you start to follow, and then all of a sudden you jump off the path. You sit down. It's just like watching and waiting and not joining. And then 6 months go by. And then 12 months.
If you're tired, sit down. If you need water, take a drink. If you're overheated, go inside. This is the worst analogy, one of the worst analogies I've ever heard. Because here's why. Just because they made it out with no permanent physical injury is by sheer luck. And then they're saying just putting, not losing momentum, putting one foot in front of the other is like joining a business, a multi-level marketing business. Joining me and prove it. No. This is wild to listen to. Because when I will be honest, when I listen to Jessie Lee's response, other than feeling extremely irritated, sorry, I'm moving my weights up, that Sasha and Mateo and Avi were displaying douchebag-like behavior and gaslighting the hell out of everyone, and so was Jessie Lee, and they were all bullying. I was like, oh my gosh, maybe she's just a liar. And she lied about what she did to her team. But here, we see some of the remnants of what they did to their team. Oh, hell yeah, Melissa. Just DM me when you're free. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Wendy. Sorry.
And then, I watched for 10 months. And then it's 2 years, you guys. And you don't ever start. Or then you come in and then you're like, okay, I've got this. And then, if you start one of these network marketing businesses, there's usually a go fast bonus. If you don't go fast, you lose that. And then you're in your head, just like everyone was on that.
The only reason the go fast bonus is there is to solidify someone's tie to a network marketing company, because they know that if you see success early on, they're not going to lose you because you're not making money. That's their strategy to keep their brand partners, their independent reps in. That, oh my gosh, this actually works. This is wild to listen to.
Hike in their head. Are you speaking to yourself or are you listening to yourself? Are you speaking to yourself or are you listening to yourself? When you hit those moments where you want to stop, all you have to do is just put one more foot in front of the other. It's just one step. It's just one piece of action that you have to take. It's just hitting the live button and just going live for 60 seconds. It is just posting the damn story. It is sending one freaking message. And if you, I love this, don't sit, stretch. And if you have to listen to your body and you have to just go slow, as you're going slow, it's not hard to just and move your body and stretch as you still move forward. Move forward. Because if you stop.
Okay, another thing, and let's say that your body can get you through one of these devastating walks. And I say devastating because you haven't trained for it, you're not hydrated for it, you're probably not nourished for it, and your body, there's a certain tax that your body pays to do stuff like this. The next time that you require your body to do something like this, there is potentially a part where your muscle's like, I don't have anything left to give, and you tear something, or something snaps completely, or you sprain something. So just because you were able to get through this, and by the grace of Jessie Lee Ward's fucking luck, none of her team got seriously hurt. Fine. But this is not, no athlete would do this. And Jessie Lee and Sasha and Mateo can say all day, oh, it was a level 2 beginner walk. Whatever you want to say to make yourself feel better, we're not going to stop talking about it. At some point in time, you're going to have to look in the mirror and say, we got to treat our people better. God, this is wild. Thank you, Kirsten. Thank you.
If you stop, it's not like the tortoise and the hare, okay? But it is at the same time. Because
what
you don't have to sit down. No. It is just like the tortoise and the hare.
Oh my God, she doesn't even know what she's saying.
It is just like the tortoise and the hare. Because you see, the hare couldn't pace himself. For those of you who don't know this story, he didn't pace himself. He would sprint all the way up, and he'd be like, oh my gosh, I have so much speed. I am so far ahead. I can just take a little nap under this tree right here. I'm just gonna rest. I'm just gonna pop a squat. Lynn's gonna use this one. I feel like this is good. And then you just sit there, and he slept, and he didn't do it once. He did it over and over in the story, over and over. But the tortoise, 1 foot. I don't think they're feet. I don't know. Maybe we should look that up.
What? She doesn't. Okay, I'm not trying to be an asshole. What is she saying? Tortoises don't have feet. Is she saying like legs? Is she confused about like what they're called? Not the turtles. Oh my god. I think I said it in Kia's World Live. I kind of almost wish someone was hurt enough to make this stop. Yeah, and I mean, like, I even as much as I find the behavior and the gaslighting and how they're actually treating people who actually like them is wild to me to see. I'm glad nobody got hurt because of Jessie Lee's refusal to fully inform the people who actually like her. I still am glad no one got hurt. I wish that Prove It would do something. They're not going to. I wish someone on the team, if they got hurt, would speak out. I don't think they're going to.
What? Claws? You think just claws? Do you think just claws? I feel like there's got to be something. You know, like we have an ankle and a foot and toes. Like what? Claws and then something else? I don't know. Tell me what the tortoise has, okay? You guys could look that up. And they're just putting a paw. They're just let's call it a leg. Okay, they're moving one leg at a time. Or two legs at a time, technically, okay? Let's get real here. They're moving two legs at a time. At his own pace. Listening to his body, knowing exactly how to get to the finish line, having the visualization of the destination. He didn't need to know how he was going to get there. He didn't know how he was going to win. He just had faith. He believed.
This is a fable. This is a story that she is using to twist to justify the walk that she went on, that Jessie Lee Ward and Mateo and Sasha didn't tell anybody about. It's a pretend story, Courtney. What is she talking about? We don't know. Turtles have legs. Okay, thank you, Kirsten. It started as a symbol with my Boo is Woo group admins and then became a joke when some problematic people started defaming me, calling me a cult leader, so it's a joke. I'm a leader of the turtle cult. Yeah, Kira's great. If y'all don't know, a lot of the Young Living stuff that I've been able to share is because Kira makes the information available to everyone when it's safe and it doesn't compromise her informant. She's been doing this work for 4 or 5 years, a long time. She and Jess and Amanda and Kat and Savannah helped take down a multi-level marketing company called Black Oxygen Organics. And it was a multi-level marketing company that was saying they had magic dirt and they were taking it internally. And you saw these problematic groups pop up where they said, I'm having an open sore on my body, or they'd have health issues because the dirt that they were ingesting, from what I understand, was not good for you to take. And so the company came after them, and so they worked with each other to blow the whistle on this group. They ended up shutting down. And so it's really cool that I think it's really cool to actually see activists like what we're trying to do and take other groups down, like with Young Living and other stuff, that it was actually successful with one of the companies because they were harming people. Good night, Melissa. Will be 5 years in the beginning of April. Yeah, and Kira does a lot of stuff behind the scenes, meaning she does a lot of Zoom recordings with no, and she doesn't ever need, man, I wish someone would pat me on the back. She does a lot of stuff behind the scenes that's, not glamorous in terms of she will give the information to anybody who was willing to talk about it, even if they had, 50 followers like I did at the beginning, or, 200 or 150 followers on Instagram. He doesn't care what size your platform is. I don't know. I think she's cool. No hurts, just hurts. Yep. Hey, Shadow. So that's part of the story, I guess. I'm late to the party though. I was still in an MLM when they were trying to take down MLMs.
He stayed committed and he put one foot in front of the other. he enjoyed every step of the way at the same time. At the same time.
This is a fable.
And he passed the finish line while the hare was taking a nap under the tree because the hare thought they could slow down. They could rest. They could stop their momentum. But see, that's what a lot of you do.
What the?
That's what a lot of you do. You get going and you create the snowball, and your snowball gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and you start rolling down the hill, but then all of a sudden an obstacle gets in your way, and instead of rolling around it, you smack into it and you crash and you stay. And then you have to rebuild the snowball.
What the hell are we talking about?
It is just one foot in front of the other. It is one action, and this is... I just knew I was going to get everything that I needed from this. I had the expectation.
I just knew I was going to get everything I needed from this. You know what? I've been to, I wish I would have used my critical thinking when I was in multi-level marketing more. But I've been at events and stuff where I've been the only person asking questions, not like have their rose-colored glasses on. And I'm like, I've got lots of questions. And you can tell the person's like, oh, why are you talking? Like, why are you asking questions right now? Getting sucked into stuff like this is a no. And her just deciding from the beginning that she was going to enjoy it, whatever it entailed, I think that is it's a dangerous position to be in because you start to ignore, like, your gut. Why Young Living is a mess. I'm just happy people speak out. There's 50 people you're helping see the issues. That's 50 people you're helping see the issues of MLM for the win. Yep. The meat covered in sand was probably one of the hardest things from this awful experience. Yeah, I hope Young Living. They're a mess right now, that's for sure.
And the intention of playing all the way out.
Oh, and just to clarify, I do not speak fluent German. I also don't speak fluent Italian or fluent Spanish. So I am reallocating funds so I can freaking put Mateo and Sasha's stuff through my transcript service and then through Google Translate to freaking know what they're saying on their videos. So the reason that I'm reacting to this, proximity to Jessie Lee Ward, proximity to the event, it is just coincidental that she's a girl. Okay? Okay.
Myself completely, being extremely present. That was my intention for this week because I knew that I wasn't going to get what I expect to get, so I had no expectations. I expected the unexpected, but then I'm going to get exactly what I need.
All right, she's paused. Hold on. Oh my God. It's a big file, so sorry about that.
So I had no expectations.
What is going on?
To be unexpected.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to fix this right now. We're at 22 minutes, 59 seconds.
It's bigger and bigger and bigger, and you start rolling down the hill, but then all of a sudden an obstacle gets in your way, and instead of rolling around it, you smack into it and you crash and you stay. And then you have to rebuild the snowball. It is just one foot in front of the other. It is one action, and this is... I just knew I was going to get everything that I needed from this.
Oh my God.
I had the expectation and the intention of playing all the way out, immersing myself completely, being extremely present. That was my intention for this week because I knew that I wasn't going to get what I expect to get, so I had no expectations.
I knew I wasn't going to get exactly what I expected to get, so I had no expectations. I don't think I'm smart enough to understand what she's saying. I don't. Yeah, we have her. Back before anti-MLM, YouTuber and Reddit, most people had to use pseudonyms so we wouldn't get sued. My mother-in-law just called me with the most awesome news. She just took a shower without her oxygen. Her stats only dropped by 2%. That's amazing, Christina. That's great. What in the world? Okay.
To the unexpected. But then I'm going to get
why is this happening?
exactly what I need. Exactly what I need.
Sorry.
What I expect to get, so I and see.
Why is this doing this? Let me see if I can do a lower quality output. Sorry, guys. I'm just gonna run it through Handbrake real quick. All right. I think it's just too big, but I'm playing it from the desktop, so I'm not sure what the hell's going on. It is only 1.4 gigabytes. So I will do a fast. Very fast. I'll do very fast. Start. 2. Sorry about this. It should be done in 2 minutes. Let me just turn it off really quickly. All right. There's 2 new videos in the playlist. Hell yeah, that's awesome. I think she just can't process what she did and how it could be rationalized if she had no expectations, and this can be horrible. It also sounds like she's repeating stories she heard Jessie Lee or Sasha or Mateo tell her or tell the group on the hike, and she doesn't quite exactly know. Like, she trusts them, but she can't quite. I'll explain it like this. If you are not great at math and you needed extra help and your tutor or whatever was helping you, and it made a lot of sense when the tutor was sitting right next to you, but when you had to teach that math problem or that how to do that math back to the tutor, maybe you couldn't quite do it, but it made sense when you were doing it together with the tutor. That sounds a lot like what's happening right here. Like, she believed what Jessie Lee and Sasha and Mateo were telling her on the hike and using the stories that they told, and she felt confident when she was around them. But now that she's by herself telling about this situation, it doesn't quite make as much sense because she doesn't understand. I don't say that in a mean way. I'm saying that what happened to the group was uncalled for, inappropriate, and lacking in leadership. And I think that I think it was dangerous. I will say that. Okay, it's done. Let me close handbrake. And let me... Hopefully this is a smaller size, so let me turn this back on. That's hopefully...
I should really do the popcorn training with that popcorn machine. Because there's a switch on the side of it. It's got the metal contraption, and you put the popcorn kernels in it, and then you 1-to-1 with the oil and the popcorn, and you close it down, and you shut the door, and you turn the switch on. And see, you have to be patient. That thing has to turn. Just one turn after the other.
Mechanism is quite different. You're talking about being consistent. A machine is not a human being. What is she trying to explain? I don't understand what she's trying to explain.
Spinning the kernels and the oil around while it heats up. Spinning around. And 30 seconds goes by. And if you sit there and you watch it, you're like, oh God, is it ever gonna pop? But see, some of you guys will turn the switch off.
What the hell are you talking about? Who's gonna turn the switch off on a popcorn machine? Who's gonna turn the oven or the stove off if you're manually turning the handle for a popcorn maker on the stove until all of the popcorn is popped? Because, say it with me, there's directions on how to use the machinery correctly, or the tool correctly, or the cookware correctly. There's instructions on the bag. What are you talking about, Courtney? Why do I say this? There was no instructions for this trip. There wasn't. There was the instructions that they were given were absolutely wrong. Because on the back of their packages, it said 2-hour hike, bring what you need for a 2-hour hike. And please make sure you're physically fit over the last 90 days because we told you so. And, oh, you're too stupid to ask better questions. You're going to suffer the consequences. Can you imagine if a manufacturer did that on the back of packages for popcorn? I mean, they would say, okay, feel the package, look at the microwave, guess on how much you think it is going to take to cook this bag of popcorn. But every single bag that we gave you, there's different amounts of popcorn, there's different amounts of oil in each bag. So good luck. I know it's not quite the right analogy. Is this a watch pot never boils? Like we already have this saying, lady. Do we have a video? Yep, I do, Harper. I do. Well, we can look at the normal, how she normally is. It's not like this. It's not like this at all.
It's just like taking the nap. And you expect to turn the switch back on when you're ready to go. Like, I'm just going to rest. It's fine. I don't need to do those actions today. I know I committed to a full week of them. Don't do the 30 days. We just talked about that. I thought that was super powerful recently. I shared that with you guys. Set your goals for 7 days. What are you going to do this week? What are your intentions this week? I think I just told you that on Monday. What are your intentions for the week? Stop looking at 30 days. Sprint for the week. Pick the time frame that you're going to rest. Know it with intention instead of saying, I worked really hard, I'm going to sleep in tomorrow, even though I committed to waking up early every single day. Get out of here. Because you know you're turning the popcorn off. You're letting the popcorn sit for a whole day, and then you think you're going to turn that baby back on, and it's going to pop in 3 minutes? That, just so you know, when you turn the switch on, you have to wait 3 minutes. If you like pop your popcorn in the microwave, it's a little bit faster where it starts to pop around like minute 2:30 or something like that, and it pops for about a minute. But if you keep opening the door, if you keep turning the switch on and off, 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 the popcorn is never going to pop. Your business is never going to take off. You are never going to see the success that you know you deserve, that you know you're capable of. because you're not building any momentum. There's no growth. People are watching you. They're watching every step you take. And that was a big aha moment. It was like every single one of us were watching each other's feet. Someone was watching someone else's feet. And if that person stopped moving and we see that happen, what do? Oh, it's cool. They're resting. I can rest too. It's fine. No, you have to be the example. If you want other people, if you want to lead really strong, if you want to attract really strong people, you have to continue to show up strongly. You want to attract a higher caliber, you want to be a stronger leader, you want to bring people in that want to run with you, then you have to run. Because they're only going to do a third of what you do. 1/3 of what you do. And I'm just so grateful for the team that got to be here this weekend, because there's just so many people and so many messages that I'm getting, like, I'm going to be on the next one. I'm going to be on the next one. I'm there. And then I got a message this morning and they were like, oh my God, y'all are hiking in the heat and the asphalt. Like
Again, more confirmation of the story that Jessie Lee Ward told. And here it's like, it's not completely us. It's not us exaggerating what went on based off of people who weren't there. I heard 2.5 hour live, and there's a 30-minute section in there from the Colombia stuff. And then that was deleted. And then she responded saying how Aaron and Julie Joe are so crazy for exaggerating, and how could people be stupid enough to believe them? They were just reacting to Jessie Lee Ward, and now we hear this one or that one, and she's confirming a lot of the stuff that Jessie Lee said in her live. A better analogy would be the direction, say, popcorn for 2 minutes, and Jessie popped it for 15 minutes. Now all her reps are trying to tell you why they absolutely love burnt popcorn. Oh my God, that is perfect, Kira. Well, now I'm popping popcorn. Yep.
fucking badasses. I feel like I would be dying. We get what we think.
We get what we think. This type of language I'm not here for, and here's why. This type of language doesn't account when it's not accurate, and it's saying that people who have had negative things happen to them asked for it. You could say, oh, that's not what I said. I'm saying that if this plays out, if what you think is what you get, then it has to play out in every situation. Now I want popcorn with butter and Parmesan cheese. That sounds incredible. I'm hungry now too.
And so how can we start to speak to ourselves instead of listening to the bullshit that we tell ourselves? Because you're all completely capable. Every single one of you could do what we did yesterday. It wasn't.
No way. No way. Not everyone could do it. Not everyone could. I will tell you this. I run a couple of marathons. I've run a lot of half marathons. I used to compete a lot in tennis. And I will tell you this. If you're not prepared for the heat, it can be devastating. Not in a, oh my gosh, I'm so overheated kind of way, in a life and death kind of way. So you're lucky. You're lucky nothing happened. You're lucky nothing happened, because if the people who planned the hike, the walk, the level 2 walk, as Sasha, Mateo, and Jessie Lee say, they would have given a shit about making sure everyone had enough water. And the double socks, and sunscreen, and headwear, maybe sunglasses, letting them know what they were gonna expect. Because there's also, if you fully inform people, and they can choose to do it or to not do it, and they have enough supplies, far better chance at bad stuff not happening. And then to get yelled at after you finish the hike about how out of shape, how fat everybody is, how disappointed your leader is that not everybody looks like her, and Sasha and Mateo. how she wants people to be taking better of their health because then they're going to be able to sell ketones better. No thanks. Sorry, I'm moving my weights up, so. Oh, my keyboard.
Difficult. It was challenging. It was challenging to push yourself through, but it wasn't like a, you know, if you like play one of those games, it was, I mean, depends on which way you look at it.
It depends on which way you look at it. And there it is. It depends on which way you look at it. She's having bits where she's saying stuff where I would say this is confirming everything Jessie Lee Ward says, not making everything Jessie Lee Ward says make sense. It makes it make sense in a way that I don't think that Jessie Lee Ward was exaggerating like she says she was. Play.
Maybe a little bit more advanced, but this is a high-level leadership retreat. And when you push your body, I love that. When you push your body.
You have a marathon question. What the biggest difference is a runner when you're going from a half to. So I ran my marathons before I ran a half. I will say this. If you run at full first, a half is like very easy. And I'm not in an ego way. I'm just saying if you do a full first, it's very long. You have to make sure like you have your rotate. Make sure whether you're running a half or a full, you rotate your shoes every run. Because you're going to give it time for the sole to like expand back out. Make sure you're wearing thick enough socks. I would say the difference between the half and the full, you need to make sure that you have some kind of like nutrients. It's not just water at the water stations or whatever is going to get you through. I would say you need something starting at like mile 13 if you're doing a full. And you have to figure out what that is because there's some intestinal distress that some runners get. And so you have to figure out which one that you like that doesn't give you issues. And have a good, like, I didn't have a running coach. I just had a running program and I did everything myself. I'm sure like having a running coach would have been better, but making sure you're dead serious about your hydration and on your rest days that you're stretching. I would make sure that your ankle mobility is good and that you're doing things to strengthen like I don't know the right terms of it, but on your ankle, the muscles on the sides of your ankles, like if you're looking at someone's leg, like that part of it, obviously the calves are going to get strong, but there are some things you can do to strengthen that. I would do that while you're training for your run because that's an area of injury I've seen, and that was helpful for me to do as well. Hello, Katya. Stamina can't always be trained in the gym. Yep. Hey, Jennifer. I Google Earth the road they walked on, relatively flat to the bird sanctuary, super narrow road, no shoulders. If cars were passing by so fast, as she said, I'm surprised none of them were hit. Very interesting information, Jennifer. Just had a phone call. I'm lost now. We're just getting confused with stories, but here's the spark notes, Daisy. Rather than denying what Jessie Lee Ward has said that we're all taking out of context, Courtney is saying lots of things that confirm what Jessie Lee Ward said on her live. So that's interesting.
And you hit a wall and you hit a limit. It is just the awareness that brings you through because the pain is only temporary. And if you don't believe in
the pain's only temporary. I'm sorry. I'm going to let it keep playing. This is so dumb.
Pain and you push yourself through it, you will continue to grow to the next level of you. And once you see it, once you see that next level of you, once you go through the experience, like we will never unsee this experience. Ever. There's so much that happened yesterday that I could never describe to you in words. I mean, y'all, like at the end of the day, after sitting and waiting, and we cooked. Wait. Did we eat the dinner? Yeah. We had our dinner cooked on a grill, basically in the sand, right by the beach. And we didn't actually know that that was fully going to happen. I don't think that we knew that that was going to happen, or maybe we were just trying to decide what was happening when. I don't really know.
You didn't know anything that was happening. What are we talking about?
Trying to watch, and they were like,
I've done 9 halves, about 35 5Ks, 2 10-milers, and a 20-miler. Oh, if you can do 20, you can do it. You can do a marathon. Yeah, if you can do 20, one of my training runs was a 20. If you can do 20, you can do a marathon. Like once you get past the 20 mark, like it's gravy at that point. I would do work in work zones. This was very dangerous for a group of this size. That is really good to know, Jennifer. She didn't remember that she ate. Her sense of reality is fuzzy, and that's scary. Yep. If I'm at the gym and I'm hurting while doing the exercise, I go down and wait. Yep. And one of the things, if you're training seriously, or even if you're training at all, and some good advice is being aware of your body and learning how to listen to it. And there's no like danger in going slowly as you learn, like, okay, this is what this feels like. This is a safe feeling. This is an unsafe feeling. They had no opportunity to make any of those decisions for themselves because they were like, all right, we're going to walk this far. Okay. We're going to walk this far with potentially some people not having enough water. Okay.
Instead, I was like, it was so powerful to see. I know how intentionally planned this trip was. But watching the group that planned it, Jessie, Lee, Mateo, and Sasha, walk away and continue to adapt as they had to go to push us through. Oh my gosh, like so incredible. You're literally watching the people who orchestrated this go and huddle together, make a decision because we're stronger together, and then leave.
What the fuck? If this doesn't confirm what Jessie Lee Ward said, I don't know what does. Other than Jessie Lee Ward saying it and Sasha and Mateo backpedaling on that live we saw. So this wasn't planned. It was planned, but they made lots of changes along the way. This was so irresponsible. And this is creepy AF.
Lead us to the finish line.
Talk about our plates.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And so this was an intentional experience too. You know, the guys had brought along a cooler. We didn't actually know everything that was in it. And so there was water in it. There was fruit in it that we didn't get, like we didn't have any idea. Water, fruit. We brought a snack tray of chicken, brought a snack tray of fruit as well for that. And then at the end of the day, when we were grilling and all of that, and we started to grill the meat, steak and chicken, and then they made us a salad, and we had guacamole, and we had potatoes. We had what was the other thing? It was the yellow. You could.
We had beef. We had
The starch.
yeah.
It was yellow. What the heck is that called? Not a plantain.
Yes.
It was?
That's exactly what it is.
Okay, it was grilled
A grilled plantain.
grilled plantain, which was freaking phenomenal.
And amazing
Garlic sauce. Oh. And it just showed, before I even get to the plates, it just showed such an appreciation for the world that we live in. Y'all have it too good and you don't even realize it. You are sitting in your air conditioning houses, unless you live in Hawaii, for a majority of people who follow me. And
I mean, there's lots of people in California who don't have AC, so what are you talking about? JLW said, what was trying to corral the team members to the side of the road? That says something. They were not prepared. I work a job in work zones. Often people can die, even if prepared. Thank you for saying that. Is that Jessie in the background? Jessie Lee? I don't... No, I think it's one of the other people on the team. I don't think it's Jessie Lee. I think Jessie Lee would have been in the video if someone was live and she was around.
A lot of European countries don't have it, and Hawaii's super hot. A lot of the places don't have AC, but you think you need it. You think you need the flushing, the toilet that flushes.
You do need the AC in very extremely hot places if your house isn't built in a way that can make it cooler. A house in Arizona gets up to 120, 125 degrees. I mean, maybe I'm just being an asshole. I don't know. I know some countries don't have AC, but I'm just saying that they have... I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm saying all of this very poorly. I'm just going to play it and I'm going to keep crafting.
I love what Lynn said. She said, you know, 𝐷𝐄𝐒𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐓𝐅𝐔𝐋. She's like, I was thinking, like, I would have been saying, Dale, you got to fix the toilet. Oh, it's not flushing again. I need you to fix the toilet. It didn't run. It didn't flush. And for us, it was like, you find so much gratitude in the little things. And when you are in a state of gratitude, it is impossible to feel any type of low vibrational.
Here's a problem with this. And here's a huge problem with this. She has gotten all of these top leaders on her team to be in this state of being grateful because she put them in this situation where they all of a sudden were extremely grateful for just being able to have food and water and fruit. And so being in that place, no other thing now is going to faze them. No shitty behavior from Jessie Lee, no shitty behavior from Sasha, no shitty behavior from Mateo or Brian Underwood or Prove It, because they're going to call up or have them recall these memories of this trip to Colombia. Aren't you grateful for that? Why are you letting this irritate you? When, in reality, you can hold people accountable for stuff, and it doesn't mean you're not grateful for shit. God.
Energy at all. You cannot. Try it. Focus on the gratitude. Focus on being grateful. And we were handed our plates, and there were these huge banana leaves, and I was like, this is so exciting. Like, we're gonna eat on it. And they had rinsed them off and washed them and cleaned them and gave them to us. And I was like, should we keep them folded or do we open them? Like, are they gonna be sturdy? And like, yes, you open them.
They were so proud.
And it was, yes.
They were so proud of that.
They were so proud of the plates. Like, they cleaned them for us. They took care of us, these three men. It was so incredible. It's like the gratitude that they had to give.
That is so shitty for them to be laughing at people who take pride in presenting a meal to someone else. They're talking about being grateful. They're being elitist snobs right now. Okay, Daisy. Hope you have a great time with your sister.
That they felt to be able to give us this experience, and watching all of us and our excitement and our energy and our gratitude of, like, they cooked for us. They prepped meals for us. They were with us, you guys, because we had no idea at this time. We did not go home last night. We got to eat on a banana plate. We used our fingers. We dipped in the sauce. I have fingernails, you know, so like usually you don't really want the stuff underneath it. We just poured water over our hands. You know, people were getting hot. They jumped into the ocean, you know.
You mean you just washed your hands? What the hell? Normally you don't want to get stuff in your fingernails. Do you not? Like, I know you wash your hands, but what is so incredible about that? She's not here. It's just trying to listen. I was in Bolivia in 2001 as a student with a bunch of other students and teachers for our senior project. We went through nothing like this and built a church while they actually hiked.
We had this sweaty, beachy, sandy hair. It didn't matter. It did not matter. And then we were watching these boats, and it's like the anticipation that you feel. You look around at the world around you, and you're like, what's happening next? I don't know. Like, you have all these guesses and these anticipation, but somebody said it was, do you remember hearing this, Lynn? Somebody said anticipation is the, it was you, wasn't it? What did you say?
So that's Lynn with her.
Probably don't remember.
I just say don't anticipate.
Your dad told you this.
The journey.
Your dad told you this. She said that her dad,
Don't anticipate the surprises in life.
they would constantly go on these trips where he would just kind of tell them, okay, pack warm clothes, it's gonna be cold, pack cold, give kind of a general idea, and they would ask a lot of questions. And he said, stop anticipating. Just enjoy it. And it was like walking down the beach and digging our
Okay, but specifically, and Jessie Lee Ward said this, she did this to break them down mentally. That's far and above different than a parent saying, just enjoy a vacation I'm taking you on. God.
toes into the sand, and then all of a sudden they told us we're going to stop. And we watched the sunset. That was before the dinner. And it was like, then we got to just sit there and be present and watch the sunset. We didn't have internet most of the day. You know, and then you guys, like, then we were told, okay, next step. If you want, get your swim gear on. You don't have to. Put your swimming suit on if you want to. And we're going to put our bags, lock them up, and we're going to go, vamonos. And so we walk over and we're like, oh, okay, what are we doing now? We're night swimming? What's happening?
What's up, Clown Town? We're just watching this. I know y'all have already seen this, but we're just watching this live from Courtney, and it confirms lots of the things that Jessie Lee Ward said in the live that Jessie Lee Ward deleted. Oh, yep, to break them down and see where her losers are. She said that, not us. She says the word present so many times during this. Does she even know what she means? I don't know.
The whole time we could see the stars. Gosh, it was such an ate dinner on banana leaf plates under the stars with our fingers just connecting, grounded, barefoot, like, with a group of other people who literally, I just gotta tell you guys, like, this makes me so emotional. There is no other group of people I would ever do this with. Ever.
Why is she talking like this? Look, I'm emotional. Y'all know that. I cry at the drop of a hat. Why is she trying to be so focused on the camera and then she's looking at comments off to the side? Does she actually mean what she says? I'm confused. This part upsets me. The ones who didn't wear swimsuits swam and then had to sleep in the cold, wet clothes. Yep, exactly. Exactly, anti-MLM. Oh.
Because the level of the settings of our mind is so elevated.
The level of the settings of our mind are so elevated. What the hell happened on this trip? Who says stuff like this? She did. Yeah, she said similar language in this one, Clown Town.
And we know that if one of us is going to say, like, we know if we need help, we have to ask for it. That was the other thing that was a part of the thing. It was like, so many people just didn't say, I feel this way, I need help. Because if you would talk through it, there are so many other people around you that have strength that you don't.
So people around, you're telling me the person who yelled at everybody because they were too fat, too out of shape, didn't listen to the leader, weren't teachable, weren't coachable, and how disappointed Jessie Lee was in everyone's physical state. You're telling me that created an atmosphere where people could ask for fucking help? Really, Courtney? Are you serious right now? Bye, Daisy. Do you understand what I'm saying? When you know that I'll say this. Let's say I created kind of a politically divisive corner on the internet. Let's say that I was really strongly one political party versus another. And then everything that I said was through that filter. Okay, let's just pretend because we don't do politics here. Would it not be plausible that people who were on the other side of the aisle might be uncomfortable to speak up because they knew how passionate I was, hypothetically, about one political party? Isn't that a possibility? So let's take this situation. We know how much Jessie Lee hates those fat people, those out of shape people, those people who don't look like her or Sasha or Mateo. And so if those people who are on this trip were like, oh my gosh, if I speak up, that will mean that I didn't listen to Jessie Lee and I wasn't in the gym enough for the past 90 days. Oh my gosh, I don't want to speak up. I'll just keep quiet. Don't you think that that's possible, that people didn't speak up because they were scared to? Are you kidding? Oh, this is the wrong. Yeah, this is the trip for Prove It. The other one, when they went to Cabo, was for her mastermind people. I have to say, none of this fuckery happened in Jessie Lee Ward's Accelerator Cabo class. Just saying. Yep. I guess you can pay your way out of pain. I've got hooked on McVitie's rich tea cookies. Oh, I love those, Lynn.
See what you're going through from the outside. If only I could visualize myself through Lynn's eyes. Oh my God. If only I could show Lynn the way that I see her. And so when we ask for help and we reach out, we're able to see things in a totally different way. Oh my gosh, have you had water? And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, no, I haven't had any water. How long has it been? I'm really, really getting overheated. Who has water? Like, pour it down your neck. Like, hold it.
Who's going to have water to pour down their neck when they weren't allowed to, when they weren't told how long the hike was going to be, so people brought varying amounts of water? Do you see how this is confusing? Pisses me off that the whole point of this trip was to ingrain into them, follow the leader and pain is good. Yep, pain equals growth, apparently. How do they reconcile that with people who have had traumatic experiences happen to them? The fact that one woman had to ask a man how many pads to bring instead of the female leader says volumes. Very good point, anti-MLM. That's an incredible point. Yep. I swear I'm not that Lynn. I don't recognize this Lynn she's speaking of as a part of my Lynn group. The fact that Mateo, one of her top two men, was probably the only bridge to the Spanish speakers as a bilingual Spanish speaker is so fucked up. Yep. Isn't that a type of information control too? If you're preventing because I know they had other Spanish speakers on the trip. I'm guessing that they did not have access to talking to the guides either, other than the guides were told to tell them we're almost there, which is a fucking lie.
Towel on your neck. Like we support each other. We love each other. We lift each other up. Some of us are like family. You know, you turn strangers into friends and friends.
You know what? I'm sorry I'm pausing this so much. If one of my family lied to me like this, I would say trust would be 100% broken. I say, like, I feel like Lynn is a good friend and Beth is a good friend, and even though I have been ditching out on Beth's calls, so that's my fault. I feel like I've talked to Val a lot. I've talked to Kira a lot. I would say, like, if any, and I guess I'm just being bold here. If one of them did that to me, I would feel like, oh my God, I was tricked. And to let someone in close like that and to have them lie to your face because I wanted to break you down that is something you cannot recover from. Bye, Kirsten. Have a good night or day. I'm guessing Jessie Lee did all of her masterminds in English. Yep. I do know that Jessie Lee does convert her Zoom calls to other languages, though, so I do want to give her... I know, here's me trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Yes, you are a friend, Beth. Yeah, and we have all these videos, so if anyone from the Empire ever leaves and ever gets away from Jessie Lee and ever wants to speak out and ever needs legal help and you need all of this evidence, you can come to any of us and we'll give it to you. The original files.
Into family, it's so true. And so the whole time it was so much easier to trust the process. Even when they're joking and saying little things, and then, you know, these Europeans, especially the Sasha, the German, you know, he just don't always know if he's joking or if he's serious.
You know what? You know what friends do? You know what Harper does for me? And if I left someone's name off of people that I think are friends, I did no offense was intended. I don't say all the right things at the right time. But you know what Harper does for me? Because she knows that I don't understand sarcasm that well, she'll put sarcastic or sarcasm whenever she says something so that it's not confusing. You know what you do for people who you actually like give a fuck about? You say, oh my gosh, you take everything seriously, and you get really embarrassed when you get tricked by the group. So I'm not going to trick you. And I'm going to tell you if I'm being sarcastic so that you don't feel like you're the dumb person in the room. If everyone has said it, Sasha says it, Jessie Lee says it, tons of people say, oh, Sasha's the funny one, but we don't really know when he's joking. I don't know. I feel like I'm taking this too seriously. It's just... I can imagine if I was Courtney, and I know this is probably going to offend her if she ever watches this. If I was Courtney and Jessie Lee Ward did what she did, I would feel, I guess the closest thing I could say is heartbroken. I don't know. They're calling us cyberbullies now. I mean, I will say this. I don't agree with people asking Jessie Lee Ward if she is on drugs. I haven't seen any creators do that. I have seen people in the comments asking if Jessie Lee Ward's on drugs. Knowing people who actually struggled and are winning their fight against addiction, that is beyond a shitty thing to just throw around, potentially to hurt or to silence someone because of their behavior. I hope that nobody from my community does that. I try to put disclaimers at the beginning of my videos about kind of like what we do and what we don't do here. There's some grace for that. I'm going to keep repeating it. I hope that that's not the case with people who watch my channel and are going and doing that to Jessie Lee. It's still too painful to have been bullied growing up and to try to do things and critique people and do it in a way that could be called bullying. And I hope that, you know, I'm sure they're going to say anything that I say is bullying. I hope that they don't take it that way. I know getting critiqued on the internet is not fun. Sorry, my aura and migraine just came to visit, so I'll be listening because I can't see all that well. I'm so sorry, Lynn. Calling and Jessie Lee making fun of Aaron and talking about how Aaron has no friends, and the lack of empathy that she has in using one of those type of painful attacks towards someone else, that definitely, to me, in my opinion, is bullying. Jessie Lee Ward did say she took a keto kick thing, so that explains her energy, possibly. Possibly. And I will say I've taken ketones before, and I'm sensitive to stuff. It does make your skin itchy. At least for me it did. So when you take it, it's like that salty kind of like tingly feeling under your skin. I don't know if anyone's ever felt that before, but I don't know. I've never taken the keto kick stuff.
And especially through text, but when you see him in person, it's a lot different.
What about our watchman?
And so, I know, right? I gotta get to the boat. This is amazing. So as we leave, we're like, okay, then they tell us we're going on the boat. And the three gentlemen, we to go with these new guys that run the boats. We're like, okay. And all the other guys, I guess we did have two of our guys with us. Mm-hmm. And two of the guys stayed back. And they rested.
We had to leave all of our
And they stayed with our belongings that we locked in a door, which some people had like a passport and some money on this hike. I'm not really sure why, but didn't want to leave it behind.
I would say you would never want to go anywhere in a country without your passport if you're going into a country that you are not a citizen of. Because anything can happen to your belongings at any time. I'm just saying. Good night. Have a good night, Carrie. I had an abusive boyfriend, and he used to be sarcastic to me with his friends, and I used to make myself so small so I wasn't the main sport. I'm sorry, Beth. Jessie Lee Ward doesn't exhibit drug use like behavior. She just seems like a very energetic person who talks fast. Yep.
House. And so I was gonna call you out, Lynn. And so I know I love you. And so we get into the boat, two separate boats, and Mateo is kind of aggressively rushing us at this point. Like, come on, we gotta go, because I got another story to tell you after. Okay, I just got to interject it really quick. So when we went on the hike, or like after we came to the beach, we like walked through the beach. Everybody's like swimming and all this stuff. We're in our hiking shoes. We're like, we continue to keep walking down the beach, and we're like, what is happening? And then we get to the rocks. If you guys want to see it, it's in my stories. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, because I don't know if it's all sharing to Facebook at Courtney Shorty. And we get to these rocks. And oh my God, I had so much fun. Like, I love getting like rock climbing and getting like, that's why I wore my hiking shoes. I was like, I'm not wearing tennis shoes that could potentially slip on rocks that are wet. No. Or potentially slip on. I used to like hike in Washington, so there's like moss everywhere. It could be slippery. And so I had so much fun just moving. And we get to the point where like we're about to go, and they said, okay, we have to turn around because your presence does matter. The energy that you bring matters. And when we had to stop 20 minutes in and 45 minutes in, and I have no idea how long we sat, no idea. We ended up pushing our time so far back that it became high tide and we couldn't go do one of the things that we were going to do. So it changed the experience. And so just remember that your mindset, the setting of your mind and the way that you are able to talk to yourself, or versus listening to yourself and kind of counting yourself out, or saying, I'm not good enough for this, I'm not fast enough, I'm like, they're gonna leave me behind, or whatever it feels like. Because God, it feels like that for me sometimes. I mean, I have huge goals that I haven't hit 5 years in. Huge goals. I've told myself those.
Why does she keep oscillating between a physical activity and goals in a business? Not being able to keep up with a group physically is far and above different than a business goal.
stories before and listened to them, I should say. Listening to myself just, ugh. And so back to getting on the boat. We have no idea what we're doing. And it was really funny to see like some of the people like almost manifesting the next step. Jamie Lynn kept saying, I've already told you like we didn't come home. So Jamie Lynn was the one who was like, y'all, he said, we have a couple people that, you know, that time of the month. So they're like, okay, well, like, how many items, feminine products do I need to get myself through this? And then they're like, oh, you know, like, what if I had to change every 2 hours? They're like, oh, well, you probably should bring 12. She goes, 12, that is 24 hours, you guys. That is 24 hours. We are not going home tonight. And I was like, no, we're going to come home. I just don't know what time. And so I don't know what time we got on the boat. And we start going, and we're like, then somebody else had said earlier before that, they were like, no, I think we're going to have to hike all the way down around there. And we ended up like, we weren't hiking, we were on a boat, but we were literally heading directly towards that direction. And then we go.
That's a great idea, Beth, writing the timeline. Geez, the closed eyes she has would just want me to sleep for hours. Have they even opened? She looks so tired. She does look tired. I mean, they slept on a beach. She just got a full body massage. She told her son wanted to talk to her. And she said, okay, I'll have to be off in 10 minutes. This is an hour-long live. She looks tired. I hope they all got to nap.
On this turn, and then all of a sudden this light looks like a fire, and we're like, is that a fire? We should go to a fire. This would be so much fun. It wasn't a fire, it was a big ass light. And we go around the turn, and then it gets really dark, and then all of a sudden we like see the stars again. And then I look over the boat, and I was like, oh my god, the water, you guys, the water, it looked like the white caps. It looked like, you know, like whenever you go and there's like the white caps that you can see, it looked like white caps were glowing. I was like, you guys, look into the water. There's like white caps. Like, I don't even know what's happening. Like, and then I was like, oh, it's moving underneath. And they were like, they stuck the hand in the water, and it was doing it. It was glowing, and I was like, oh, it's glowing. And we go out to the spot where we could hook up, and we're like, okay, we're ready. We'll jump in. And then I found out that it was plankton. We swam with plankton, and it was like neon, and it was lit up, and we just like fell into the water, and it was like the most incredible experience, because as soon as like 4 of us were in the water, we were screaming like little kids and laughing and having like the most joyful time of our lives. Like, I literally cannot even describe to you what this felt like, because then all of a sudden on your skin it looked like these little, like, you know that 𝐔𝐿 video where she's like, the time of, what is it? I have been all of my life waiting for tonight. And it's like the green lights are shining everywhere and like shooting. So there were like these neon dots all over my skin. I was like, we're like 𝐔𝐿. I was so overjoyed. Oh my God. And it was like me and Jessie Lee and Mateo and Sasha had already fallen in, and then I forget who else had already come over from the other boat, because Jessie Lee was on the other boat, and then I forget who fell in right after me, and we were just laughing. And there were like at least, Lynn, I want to say 4 or 5 people that wore their clothes. They did, because they were like, hey, is it going to take away from the experience if I don't? They already decided they weren't going. Yeah, and many people that were in their swimsuits too. And Jessie Lee even knew what we were doing, and Jessie Lee even spoke out. She's like, I even said, I don't know if I'm getting in. Jessie Lee was only in clothes. And
Courtney,
then
I said it. You know why I said it?
Lynn?
I said it because I thought, I'm already cold, and I know the water's cold, and I'm going to be cold on the ride. But I mean, it hit my mind for a minute, and I'm like, oh no, it's an experience. Heck yes. I mean, I will be cold for a moment.
And you got in before we started saying, you guys have to get in,
Correct.
right? Yeah. So I think Lynn was like one of the last ones, or maybe one of like the middle, like getting in. She got in with the group, right? And then there were 4 people. There were 4 people still in the boats, fully clothed. And people had asked, they were like, you said we don't have to change into our swimsuits. Like, is this going to take away from our experience if we don't get in our swimsuits? And a couple people didn't bring one, like Jessie Lee didn't even bring a swimsuit. It's night swimming. And I had actually already commented earlier, I was like, I feel like the water's warmer today. Like, I feel like it's so much warmer and warmer at night. And so we all fall into the water and we peer pressured. I'm just going to say it. And I had no guilt peer pressuring in that moment. I even thought to myself, I said, I am peer pressuring and I do not feel guilty about it. I said, get in the boat, get in the boat, or get in the water, get in the water. You gotta get in. The only thing you regret is the things that you don't do, the actions you don't take. It's just like sitting and waiting and
What? The only thing you regret? Sorry, I have my footstool here, so like I'm having to move my weights up for faster. I mean, sooner than I normally do. This is a mind warp listening to this. I'm glad I'm like crafting something. I'm going to have something positive after this experience because I don't get it. Sorry, I'm almost done with the scarf. I just need like 50 more rows.
for the 10 months that I did. It's like I only regret not starting sooner. I don't regret taking the action to get started. I can't imagine if my life, guys, if I wouldn't have taken the action at the last minute that I did in my business to say yes to joining Jessie Lee, I don't know if I would be here. Because the very next hour, Joshua got a phone call that changed his life forever. All our lives. An 18-year friendship ended. We'd made a decision within 36 hours right after that phone call, 37 hours after joining, that we were going to move clear across the country. Do you think I could have afforded a business kit? I borrowed the money to get there. And the only reason I didn't take the money back was because I was like, I mean, I guess I already spent it. I guess I better do something about it. Oh, thank you, Victoria. I appreciate you. And it's getting into that water. We all said, you know, we took our phones and we tried to capture a photo together. We got group photos and tried to get some GoPro footage. You guys, whenever Lynn jumped in the water and she made this angel in the water like this, you know? And when you would move, the water would glow. Just look up swimming with plankton. I'm sure you can see videos. It's nothing like the experience that you'll have. I promise you that. Go with people you love, people you trust, people that have a great mindset, people that want to lift you up, people that want to grow with you, because this experience was every single one of those 4 people jumped in, and not a single one regretted it. Even on the way back, we had a life jacket to block some of that wind. We had people next to us to help keep us warm. You know, it's life is what you make it. Life is
You didn't have to make it like this. Hi, Sky. Sunk cost fallacy. Yep. Wait until someone recognizes red tide can cause serious illness. This has nothing to do with business. Love, trust, mindset, totally brainwashed.
Experience that you visualize it to be. And it was incredible, beautiful, and also sad in moments to watch the perspective that people put into the perspective that people have that creates their reality, because they can't see themselves the way that we see them. And that's every single one of you. I know it's me. I am not living up to the capabilities that I am, because yesterday I've done this exercise with my team in the past, our team. And when you close your eyes and you just visualize, and I can't do this right now with you guys, but you visualize your higher self. You visualize this elite version of you. And I promise you, every single person in the room, the best looking ones, all of them, the version of them that they were looking at looked totally different than who they are right now. From the toes all the way up to the hair.
What? This speech is all over the place. That doesn't make anything Jessie Lee Ward did okay. It doesn't matter how much fun you had. Oh, for sure she's sounding like her.
And so what is stopping you from taking that one action towards becoming the most elite version of yourself? Because I promise you they move their body. I
promise you. Oh, I'm lagging a little bit. I promise you that they're not fat. I promise you that they move their body. I promise you that they can do 15-hour walks. I'm lag city over here. Let me fix this. Sorry. Just lagging. Oops. Okay. I don't know why I'm lagging. Sorry. I don't know what's going on. This doesn't seem hot. I don't know why I'm lagging. Unless someone is reporting my live, but I don't think that's the case. How much more of this video do we have? 20 minutes?
They put gratitude first. I promise you that they love themselves. They love themselves. And if you don't know where to start and you're like, but how, you already know. You're just listening to the bullshit stories that you keep telling yourself, or that not even, that other people have told you. And you just have to change the script because it's just your reality, because it's your perspective. It's just your perspective. And you can change your perspective at any time through new experiences. And the only way you gain new experiences is through action. New action. New action creates more confidence. You start stacking these confidence chips one on top of the other. It's like, oh my gosh, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I believe in myself. I believe in myself. I'm really good at this. Holy shit, I am actually amazing at this. And you keep stacking. Absolutely, I'm saving this live. I love you guys. And you just keep stacking one chip on top of the other. And through that experience, you become a different person. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it.
Yeah, I have too many videos going, so I'm glad the sound is good. It's just not going to sync up with my face. Sorry for everybody if that's an issue. I don't know what's going on with my computer. Quit. I'm trying to quit every program. I'm not sure what's open other than my... Oh, there we go. Quit Zoom. That's what it's it. Maybe that'll be better. Nope, I'm still lagging. Sorry.
And I promise you that you all have the strength to overcome anything, any obstacle that you have put in front of you, any obstacle that you've set in your mind, any pain that you think you're feeling or that you felt in the past. You overcame it through your mindset, and you can overcome anything.
You didn't overcome all physical pain with your mindset. Give me a break. You can work through things, but you don't have to work through everything with your mindset. She's not in the military. She's not a, I don't think any of them are. Not that it matters, but it's not the same. It's not the same as being fully prepared, training-wise, to do something incredibly difficult. One, just going to the gym for 90 days wouldn't train them to do an extensive, strenuous hike.
That you set your mind to, but it's only if you believe it to be. So if you believe that it's going to tear you down and hold you back, it's going to continue to do that. Yes, I love you guys.
What ableist bullshit. Not everybody can work through their stuff with their freaking mindset.
So much. Becca says Lynn is the... Did you go in the pool? Lynn is the sweetest. Becca says you are the sweetest and she loves seeing you on Power Hour.
Who said that?
Becca Wilds.
Hello, Becca.
Hello, Becca. Sweet Lynn from South Carolina. You trusted that gut instinct, and look at you now. What would you have told the Courtney back then? I know I need to ask this question to everyone still. I really want to.
Let me see if I can exit out of QuickTime and refresh my cache. So I'm at 4822. Let me quit. Hopefully this will fix it. Let's see. Hello, sorry. I'm still lagging. Let's see. I don't know what to do. This happened last time. Let me quit this. Oh, I'm definitely lag city. Darn it. I do want to empty the trash. I have to still keep it up so that y'all can see. I'm only at 2 hours. That's why I need to just not use my phone, because this is not, we're not doing this again. All right. Sorry, everyone. Let me put it back up. 40. This is frustrating.
That you've set in your mind, any pain that you think you're feeling or that you felt in the past, you overcame it through your mindset, and you can overcome anything that you set your mind to. But it's only if you believe it to be. So if you believe that it's going to tear you down and hold you back, it's going to continue to do that. Yes, I love you guys so much. Becca says Lynn is the. Did you go in the pool? Lynn is the sweetest. Becca says you are the sweetest and she loves seeing you on Power Hour.
Who said that?
Becca Wild.
Hello, Becca.
Hello, Becca. Sweet Lynn from South Carolina. You trusted that gut instinct, and look at you now. What would you have told the Courtney back then? I know I need to ask.
I know my sound is lagging. I'm trying to cast off, but I need to find my needle. So I'll press play while I find my needle.
This question to everyone still. I really want to get some more, because it's the compound effect. The book is amazing, y'all. I highly recommend it. Yeah, and there's also there's the tipping point. Everything has a tipping point, but you don't get to the tipping point. That's by Malcolm Gladwell, and I think Compound Effect. I don't remember who the Compound Effect is by, but the tipping point by Malcolm Gladwell just shows that everything in life, there are so many things that they only get big because of this one little moment. But you don't get that moment if you don't build up the momentum. And so the one thing, and I'm gonna leave you guys with this so that I can go FaceTime my boy. The one thing that I would say to Courtney back then, So these questions, for me, it's like I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't try to prepare myself for more. If anything, I would just tell myself, I think I would just say the same mantra that I always have, everything happens for a reason and you always figure it out.
Everything happens for a reason. Are you kidding me? God. Everything happens for a reason? Look, if you believe that, no. I'm angry about her saying that because of awful things that happen to people for selfish and evil reasons. Okay, I guess you're saying everything happens for a reason. That gives you no control. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say. My desk is a mess. You know what's wild? I can be critiquing a video like this, and in my mind, I'm thinking, they're probably going to say this about me. They're probably going to say this about me. They're probably going to say this about me. Not as like, oh my gosh, ego city. It's just those fears built up from being in a stupid multi-level marketing company. Where the heck is my needle?
Ah, see, that is who I thought, by Darren Hardy. Okay, thank you. He literally popped in my head. The Compound Effect is by Darren Hardy. Because I've lived by that already. And I used to tell myself, you know, that the Courtney back then, I used to tell myself I learned something new every single day. And the only reason that I didn't start sooner is because I promised myself I was going to be fully committed before I made the switch. That I was going to be fully committed and immerse myself and give it everything that I had to make sure that I wasn't just blaming, shaming, and justifying starting something new. I didn't want to blame my lack of success on anyone else. I knew I had to take ownership of it. And so that was what I did. And so that would be the only thing that I would say is everything happens for a reason and you always figure it out.
Oh my God.
Everything happens for a reason. And sometimes you're sitting there like, what's the reason? But when you look back, the dots always connect. Because in order to say yes.
What is this word salad fuckery that we're listening to right now? I have no idea where my stupid needle went because everything fell off my desk and I can't find it.
To something, you have to say no to a million other things. You have to say no to something that you care about in order to say yes. I had to say yes to my whole family, or say no to my whole family to come here. You know what I mean? I had to say no to my 7-year-old, you can't come with me. I had to say, you know, like, no to my husband, you can't come with me. I had to, you know, like, I'm not experiencing things with them right now because I'm here experiencing this. Because I have to put myself first as well. And so does my husband, and so does my daughter, and so do my sons. And so it's never going to make sense while you're going through it. It's not meant to. But if you commit to the process and the belief, because your perception is your reality, that I know this is happening for me. I know this is happening for a reason. I know that I'm going to one day understand why Joshua's best friend of 18 years decided to call him an hour after and this was another really great question. He called him an hour after we were starting a business, after I said yes to something, to completely tear him down and threaten his life, like, and tear apart their relationship. Like, I didn't understand it then. But looking back, I'm like, oh my God, what a blessing. What a blessing.
What the hell are we listening to right now? This is making me more and more mad because I can't find my needle. And she's making me more and more mad. God. I haven't seen the live chat because I can't find anything because my desk is a freaking mess. I have this. I have this.
Because I would never, ever surround myself with someone like that right now. It was inevitable to outgrow someone who wants to tear us down, to outgrow someone who doesn't see things the way that we see them, to outgrow someone who, instead of lifting us up, constantly wanted to bring us down. And so I know that it's really, really hard, especially for the people that you care about the most, to say no to them, to stop spending the time with them. But you have to realize that if you do not figure that out now, that you're going to never get out of the space you're in at this point. Like, if nothing changes, if you know there's people that you have to stop spending time with, and you keep spending time with them, you will not move from where you are at.
What are we listening to? I know my sound's messed up. Let's see, let me disconnect this. Okay. Let me just go to this one. Fudge. I know. No coda. I don't know why this is happening, but I'm frustrated about it, and I'm sorry.
You will continue to stay in the same downward spiral, and you will continue to not only, like, because you might hit a plateau and it might be like, what's happening? I don't know why this is happening for a like, I know it's happening for a reason. I'm gonna figure it out. But if you don't take new actions and you don't make any changes, it doesn't just plateau anymore, it drops down. And you lose it. And you can lose it all like that.
Thank you, Beth.
Trust the process. I love it. And you said, I hate that I don't get to keep these comments on Instagram. The worst happenings have been the best things in the end. My choice to grow, to be better through it is why I am a different person today. The furnace, such an important step. Are you saying the furnace, like the temperature? Are you going to be the thermostat or the thermometer? Is that what you're saying? Or temperature or thermostat? Is that what it is? Because the thermostat gets set at a temperature and it stays there. Nothing can make it go up or down. It stays where it's at. If you maintain the thermostat, if you maintain your setting, you cannot ever be pulled one way or the other with your energy. I don't know if that's what you were saying, but that's what I took it as.
That's not what they were saying.
Yes, those dots connect. I'm giving you chills, Anna. Oh, I love it.
Oh, we're back.
There's a reason and a season for everything. I was actually, yes, 1000%. People are in your life for a reason, a season, a lifetime, or a moment. You know? Some things are, they're there for the reason that they're there. And that's.
What is she saying? Oh my God. They're there for the reason that they're there. I know I missed a bunch of word salad. She's making me obviously like a little crazy. She's not making me anyway. I'm responding in an unhealthy way to what she's saying. I'm putting stuff in a box as I move it, but I still cannot find my needle. Oh my God.
All there is to it. I had to start you have to put yourself first. Because the fact that you're not putting yourself first means that you don't love yourself.
Oh! The fact that you're not putting yourself first means you don't love yourself? Really? There's no other reason? There's literally no other reason? God. This live is very all over the place and it breaks my heart. Yeah, this is... It seems like she's exhausted. It also seems like she's trying to show how much she learned from her spiritual awakening experience. It seems like she's just trying to talk. She seems very tired and she seems sunburned.
And I hate to call it like that, but if you do not put yourself first, you are telling yourself, I don't love you. And what does that do? If we tell ourselves we don't love ourselves, what does that do to the energy and to our experiences and to our thoughts and to our convictions and to our actions that we take? You see, we do it for other people because we don't know how to give ourselves love. We look for external sources to give us love, and so we do things for other people without thinking of ourselves. You know, we pour all of our hearts and our souls into our kids, and then one day you're going to look back and you're going to find yourself.
What if you don't have kids? This is very like wild to me.
Saying things like, and I'm not saying this is you. This is just a general statement. But if we do that, because I've just heard it so many times, I gave everything to you. I gave everything to my child. I gave up my life and my dreams. How dare you? How dare you not go after your dreams and say no to your kids sometimes? How dare you? Because if you don't go for your dreams and show them that they can do anything that they set their mind to, you can't tell them that and then not do it. You can't tell them that and then put them first over and over and over and over and over again, because what are they going to do? They're going to put everyone else first too. It doesn't build a strong relationship with anyone. My energy and spirit is everything. Oh, I love you. You're so sweet. Thank you. When you change, I love that you said that, Tanessa. That's like literally one of my biggest sayings is, when you change the way you view the world around you changes. I don't know who said it first, but
An idiot
I want to
said
swim in.
it. Well, technical difficulty strikes again.
Plankton. Oh, yes. I love you guys. Hey, Ginger. I don't know if you're still on here, but hey, girl. I know, it is amazing. You know, I don't know. I think in summer it always feels warmer at night, but I want to scold out. Listen to you, Canadian, telling me the water's always warmer at night. Don't be trying to get me in no frosty, frozen tundra lake.
I found a needle.
I know what happens at night. And
I freaking found a needle. Because I freaking organized my drawers the other day. Yes. Okay. I know. You just watched a mini spiral, and we're back.
Canada with snow. Or Stacy over there in Michigan with all those feet of snow. Oh man, lunch is ready. Okay. Well, I love you guys. I appreciate you so much. You've been loving watching my journey on this trip. Thank you. You can't write fast enough. Oh my gosh. I'm making you guys cry. You guys do have to do this. You literally have to. I love it.
Look, y'all know I'm a crier. I cry at the thought of all the things happening, okay? The what ifs, potentially like identifying with someone that maybe I'm at odds with and seeing maybe they really do have a hard time. I cry all the time. I'm not trying to say, like, I've cried over Jessie Lee Ward before, if that tells you anything. So I would say that I'm biased. I don't love multi-level marketing, so I maybe would say that I potentially could connect if there was something meaningful to connect with in this talk, and it just didn't land. Yes, I'm going to show Wendy what to do. Oh, literally, it's the worst. Okay, let me see if I can put my phone back and see if we can do this. Let me see if it's still plays.
Oh, I love you guys. Have her come on camera. Oh, Lynn, I should have brought her in here. Hawaii doesn't have AC, especially on the windward side. It's so windy. That breeze around you feels beautiful from here. It does. Oh, and that actually, I just want to give this. I thought it was a yucca plant, but I was so wrong, because yucca is like cactus, and I was not. She's like, whenever we were walking, and you could literally feel the.
Okay, there's literally nothing else in this life. Let me frickin' fix this. What the hell's going on? Why are there 3 of me? God damn it. Delete. Can I? Okay. Okay. Why is this not full screen? Oh my god. There we go. All right. Oh, you don't need to see me. God, turn it off. All right, if you can still hear me, here's what you're going to do. I'm lagging, so I'm just going to talk and hopefully you can follow. So, once you finish all your rows and I am going to cinch this. So this is a cinch method. If you want to make a straight line, that's a different method. So before I begin, Wendy, let me know which one you're doing. Okay. I know I'm lagging. So Wendy, do you need a straight edge or do you need a cinched edge? Sorry, Wendy, I know. Hopefully. Because if you need a cinched, either is fine. Okay. So you're going to, this black needle is my starting one. So I'm going to make it go all the way down and I'm picking up the stitch with the thread. And I'm going to do the next one and I pick up the stitch with the thread. I'm going from front to back. Do one at a time because you can drop stitches until you've gotten good at it. And so I've cut enough of the tail off that there's going to be enough to cinch. So you're always going from, I guess, front to back. That's the best way I can describe it. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, even though my voice is not synced up with this. I just need to get a different camera. Sorry it took me so long to find my needle. I had it when we started. I know it's late for Wendy too. So you're basically picking up the thread with your needle and I'm just pulling the string through. You should, I think you have a pretty clear view of it. Oh, I missed one. Shit. Did I miss one? Well, that's awful. Here's what I'm going to do. This is no big deal. This is frustrating. Okay. I can't believe I just did that. Oh my god. Why did I do that? I'm trying to think of how I would fix this. Pull it through far enough. Okay. Don't obviously do what I just did. But what I am going to do is I'm going to, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix my stitches. No, I'm not. God dang it, this sucks. I know what I'm going to do. I'm just talking out loud like an idiot. I'm going to get a separate piece of thread. I'm going to string it through, and then I can start that line over again. Just trying to see where it is. It doesn't, I don't think it matters which one I'm going through. I just need to make sure I go through every one, because I need to pull the string out and then string it back through. This is because I skipped one accidentally. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know which one. Sorry, guys. This is what happens on most of my lives. Alright. So then I can go back to this thread and pull out these ones. And I won't lose the stitches. Except I will lose this one. I'm not looking at the live chat just yet because I'm embarrassed. So just bear with me. All right. So all of this string should be sorry, y'all can't even see it. Oh, welcome back, Lynn. I hope you're feeling better. Good night, Beth. Much culty love. Sorry. Okay, we've got this one in here. Did I still mess up? Why is this? I still dropped a stitch? God. Wow. This is a shit show. I don't know what to do. Yes, you do know what to do. You know how to crochet. Sorry, I'm like, I don't know how to knit in real life. So some of this is like, I have to look at it for a second. I mean, it's not going to be great. It's not going to be the worst, though. I know this is confusing. I'm sorry, Wendy. You can probably just look up finishing off a knitting machine ends and you'll get a super good video. This is literally the worst time in my whole life for me to hit 1,000 followers. All right. I dropped another stitch. What? God. I do not know what I'm doing. I literally have never dropped a stitch on this before. That's okay. It's good to stay humble, especially when you're critiquing people on the internet. Whoop. Alright, this is bad. This is for sure bad. Alright, we're back here to the front. So if we pull out this, it shouldn't drop. If we did it right. And we might not have. Oh my god. What the hell are we doing? I dropped. How is this happening? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. That's wild. must be doing something wrong, but I do this literally all the time. Oh, good night, Kira. Sorry. Hope y'all have a good rest of your day or evening. One, two, three. All right. So this is a long scarf. So you've got this little deal, and I think this... Oh, yeah, we've dropped a stitch. God damn it. Sorry, I'm trying to pick up this stitch that I dropped. It's not going to be too bad because we're going to cinch it, but it's just a shitty thing to have happen. So you keep pulling it till you get this little end like this. And I have to tie this one up too, but we picked up the stitch. that we dropped. And so you just keep, now that it's pulled, you just start going like this in a star pattern to close it off. And because you're only using one thread, you just don't want to pull too tight because you're going to start to build up strength as you pick up more and more stitches. And normally you don't drop a stitch, so it's not as terrifying as what just happened. I'm holding one of the threads that I picked up because I'm just going to tie it together and the pom-pom's going to cover it. So I'm just, oh, you can't see. God dang it, DeeCee. This is turning into a shit show. Sorry. Let me take this off the table so I don't have to be as close to the frickin' loom, whatever machine. Yeah, so it'll be fine. You're just kind of going in a star pattern, meaning if you bump all these little cinches out, you kind of get a star. This is our drop stitch that we have. So I'm just holding on to that. Kind of. And I just kind of keep pulling. But if you go on each side of these little legs, like that little leg, you have a nice defined, it kind of helps define it a little bit when you put the pom-pom on. And you don't need to have any tail to attach the pom-pom, so me fixing my mistake is fine. So the screen should pop up in a second, I hope. And we're paused. What the hell? Testing? God dang it. Disconnect. I will put the camera back up in a second. I'm just tying this in a knot with the drop stitch. Or in a triple knot. What the heck? Quit. All right. So you've got this. This is obviously not as thick. Like, this is much finer thread than the discount yarn I used for this one. So it's going to be smaller, meaning it's not going to be as wide, but this is some of my favorite yarn because there's no texture issues with it for me personally. I might just have to finish this off screen and show y'all the finished product on Instagram because anyways, but it's going to be cute. And the pom-poms, because I have such a big pom-pom maker, I think it makes it look like a nicer scarf. That's okay. But it's super squishy and soft, and because I use the weights with the machine, it makes a super even pattern, and I never drop stitches when I use the weights. the weights are for like a normal knitting machine, like a flat, like an actual like professional knitting machine. And so that helps it be able to use my drill. So what I'll do is I'll just make the pom-poms. I just use a clover. This, if you ever need to make a pom-pom, and I'll do it on a different video because I need to get a different camera. But these clover pom-pom makers are the best ones you can get. They make the best pom-poms. I mean, you can cut them however you want, but these are big. And I think it makes the scarf, like, I know this is not everyone's style, I get it. But, like, if you're looking to, like, make it look more luxurious, having a bigger pom-pom maker is, like, the best because you can add as much yarn as you want. So I'll make the pom-poms and I'll put them on Instagram or the community post to show y'all. We can do a video next time on how to do them. So, yeah. But this is also how I make panels for my blanket because you get a double-sided thing. You get a double-sided panel that you can just sew next to each other. And especially if you don't have striped yarn, then the blanket's super nice. So that's what I've done. So I hope y'all have a good rest of your night. I'm sorry I'm lagging. Thank you for watching. And I hope you continue following this, the shit show with Jessie Lee Ward and the Colombia stuff. Stay safe, take care of your mental health, and I'll catch you on the next live stream, and hopefully my video won't lag. Bye!